buddy. All right. Hey, guys. It's been a while, but I'm Patrick.
I'm James.
And this is Two Guys, One Cup. All right. Get one in before we have some practice. How you been, dude?
Oh, I'm fucking killing it.
Yeah.
But I just want to let everyone know this is a special episode. It's the weekend of the 4th of July, America's birthday, and the better place to do a podcast for the 4th of July would be in
A gun shop.
a gun shop. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, guns. Show them. Not even registered, dude. These are ghost guns.
We got those too.
Yeah.
No. These.
Yeah.
These two.
Those 22s. What's up?
The guy who just wins.
Yeah.
Just wins, man.
Yeah, I don't look like I'm going to win. That's for sure.
I wanted to know, how was everything? So you just did Steve's tournament. Or Steve's tournament in the matches. I want to know how that was because you got to experience it. I did not, but I want to hear about it.
So Steve's super match smoke series was pretty awesome. I did pretty sloppy. Shut up. They figured it out. Twisted T knows me. But dude, I would say every one of those matches were fucking cool. Did you watch them?
I did watch
Thomas is posting most of the edited ones that he took. So
I think he got everything up.
Oh, he's got everything up now?
I went and watched all of it. I think there's a couple more that are trickling out, but there were some super awesome matches.
So you watched them then?
Yep.
What was your favorite super match?
Bill and Vaughn.
Oh,
it was the best.
Bro.
Bill Sinks is a goddamn. It's like he keeps getting better.
Is Bill Sinks like the Cinderella man?
Yeah, right.
No, you know what I mean. Like
Benjamin Bucks.
Nobody thought Bill Sinks was going to win. I did.
No,
I said it on this video.
We both
one
did.
of them. Yeah, we said that Bill Sinks wins.
Yep.
I predicted 3-0, which I was being cocky, but for Bill to come back from a 2-0. If you make a mistake, if you foul out, your game's over, bud. And Bill had to come back 3 times. It's fucking insane.
And it was, he only got pinned once, which is great. The other one was a foul out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was very scared about that, too.
Yeah.
I was like, Bill's got to get these elbows figured out because Bill had Vlad in bad positions every go.
Mm-hmm.
I have never seen anyone get Vlad from... Vlad will normally catch guys in a defensive hook, but I've never seen Vlad with his hand bent back out of his shoulder.
No.
And I looked right at Steve in the first round and went, going to be a long day.
Yeah. It was super, super awesome. So I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I wished we had like a real production crew there so we could have made it pay-per-view because it was most of those matches, and not knocking anybody, like some of them are just 3-0s and just mismatches, unfortunately.
But then you had like Sam and Yusuf.
Right,
awesome match.
Sam and Yusuf, back and forth match. And then there was a couple ones where you're like, oh, this is going to be a banger. Is like Bigfoot versus James Clark.
It started out
as a banger, but then you just saw the IQ difference and like just no.
Well, the thing that was crazy, James Clark just won left Arnold's. He beat everybody. So to know how Bigfoot dominated those last 3 rounds, going down 1-0, that was awesome.
Now, I think about this all the time, and it kind of makes me hate my life and sports in general, is you can go to a tournament and you can win, and you can be the champion. But guess what? There could have been someone that just couldn't make it, and they probably could have beat you. And then maybe in your heart, you're like, no, I could beat them, but you don't know. That kind of sucks.
But then on a different day, if you lose them in a super match, you can't beat them as well. So it goes both ways. Like I think they're close enough where it just depends on the day at this point.
Well, I want to say this too. Super match polling, for me, I think it's cool just to see you got the 2 guys, you want to know who's the better of the 2, right?
Yeah.
And they're both fresh. There's no excuses. But Todd Hutchings just pointed this out the other day. He's like, super matches are more likely to be sweeps than wars. He goes, because about the first round, if you break a guy and figure out where you can break him, you'll keep breaking him. It's pretty hard, or you got to be like nether levels, or you can adjust well to come back.
Yep.
Especially if you're in a banger in that first one.
It can't all be a hook war.
Right. And James Clark and Bigfoot, prime example. I thought the way Bigfoot stopped, James stopped Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was not predicted today.
Yeah.
And then Bigfoot needs to get on some pay-per-view shit. He was talking to the crowd. He was talking shit on the table.
I didn't get to see any of that.
I know. And like he was I really appreciated it as a fan. Like he was trying to hype everyone up. Yep. And he looked at everybody. He goes, not again. He goes, watch this. And then Bigfoot, after every round, stood right at the table and talking shit to James, saying, let's go. And James was smart and he didn't follow the peer pressure and took his minute breaks. Mm-hmm. But I really like both of them. As far as that's smart. You could say, like, you know, an outsider looking in, they go, oh, what a pussy. He's not getting back to the table, and that guy's ready to bang. Hey, you are allowed a minute. Yep. To not use what you're allowed, to me, seems foolish, especially if you're losing. Even if you're winning, too. If I want to take my minute, or however my opponent's acting, right? Yeah. My opponent wants me to get on the table, I'm going to do whatever I kind of piss him off to get my zone.
Right, and you should have your rest. Like, it's not do what's comfortable with you. Like you're saying, that's a tool of the competition, right? You got to use all your tools. So, what was another? You were right. We talked about Roger learned and the Mike Hawks, and it looked like it was going to be a good match after the first round. And then Roger started talking to the crowd after that. He knew something that I didn't after that first round.
I'm going to say allegedly, but, like, I know the night before, like, I hung out with Roger. Roger didn't say anything to me. He's like, I'm not going to put it in the ether. But, like, the look in the eye when he said that was like he knows he's going to win. Yeah. But I like that. Again, Roger went to bed at 3 a.m. and got up for 7 and had a super match. Jesus Christ. Like, not to shit on Michael Hawks, but that's just embrace Roger, dude. And I don't think there was a lot of vitamins getting passed around and water.
Party mentality.
Yeah, we were this John Jones in it. Allegedly. No real drugs. It was just good time with the boys.
Alcohol.
It was awesome.
Everyone's over 21.
Yeah, everyone was an adult. We all made the decisions we chose to make.
You know, a match really surprised me, and I chose Conrad, but like Conrad and Jordan Maskell. He dominated Jordan. It was not even close.
Jordan said where Conrad was strong, he just didn't have it. He was like, that one lane, he's like, I just didn't have anything. It was too bad. I wish I could have been up in the corner and try to, again, I haven't really talked to Jordan yet. But like, I wish we would have tried a different setup, maybe messed around, especially on the third. If you're doing the same move twice and it's not working clearly. Right. Or like, I was hoping he was going to use early starts. That's what I told him. I was like, use your early starts, figure out if he's got a hole.
Use your warnings.
Yeah. And if it doesn't work, then whatever, right? But at least you tried. Yeah. And again, I guess it's just different sportsmanship and like gamesmanship. Like me, if I have my fouls and I'm not doing well, I'll use them. Mm-hmm. Like I'm going to use the tools I have necessary to try to win. Right? Yep. Wouldn't it be kind of stupid when like the chess player's like, I'm going to beat you with everything but my queen and my castles because those are strong pieces.
I agree. I try everything. When I'll go from hook to top roll to flop or press. Like I don't care.
Right. Whatever works. Right.
Whatever's working.
Right. We're here to win.
Yeah. If I can't get it in a hook, I'll, try and I don't feel in the top roll. I'll just throw my shoulder into it. Like you got to do what you got to do. I'm madness though.
Yeah, dude. The berserker.
The berserker.
The berserker. Patrick Weeks.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Nick, you got.
I think I gave you that one.
Yes, you did.
Is that it?
Yeah,
I have to recall your match against crazy Jonathan McChurchin.
Yeah, was he there? Did he?
No. Aiden told me, he's like, if he does show up, I don't know if I should leak this. Aiden's like, I am going to give him a surprise super match and just call him out. I'm like, that would be great, but he never came. So
what were some of the other super matches? Because they're not really. I'm trying to think back, but it's not.
I could name most of them. You have.
It was Chris Michael in that other VOD. Verdeem. So Verdeem won
Verdeem's
East versus West.
Yeah, he's a little nasty bastard, dude. And if you watch the first round of Chris Michael's Verdeem, I looked at everybody, went, pay me now. Like Chris Michaels molested him that first round, and I looked at everyone and was like, you didn't listen to me, and that's your fault. But I'm willing to take my bets now.
Right.
And then second round, Verdeem flash pins him, and then they all look at me and go, and I'm like, we still got 2. It goes either way. Let's see. And then Verdeem just kept doing it. And I talked to Chris. He said his pronation was just blown up after that first round.
Yeah.
So again, guys, setup really matters. Until you have a super match with somebody and you're fighting for the best position, and you're trying not to lose an inch. Because guess what? If you don't fight for your pronation and that setup and you get started like this and the other guy's right here and they say ready to go and you're in a comfortable position, you're kind of out of spot, it's over.
Yeah, you're working.
Right, and I bet you Chris Michaels maybe gave up a little in the beginning of the first round, so he's sitting there fighting, trying to get it back.
Yep.
And that whole time you're fighting in the setup, trying to rip this guy's hand, but you're trying to make sure not to show the refs either. It's kind of crazy, like the calculated precision it takes. Because if you over yank, moving a ref grip foul.
Exactly, yeah. Or you're coming over and you pop your elbow up or something.
Yeah,
So-
shit. But
and then he beat Garrett. So Chris beat Garrett.
I didn't see that coming. I thought
I did because he has been dominating Garrett on right.
no.
Yes, he won last tournament that I went to.
States,
Chris
Garrett beat him.
What was the other way around at Steve's?
Yeah, they were throwing it around.
Smoke series.
Garrett beats him at right-handed at Steve's too, lost left-handed because Garrett normally wins.
So the last one we did at the hotel in Poughkeepsie,
Yeah,
Chris beat
too?
Garrett
Yes, left-handed.
right as well.
Both
No. Garrett beat him left. Chris beat him right.
No, backwards.
Backwards. I'm sorry.
Because Garrett normally doesn't
yes.
beat him right.
Yes, correct. Yep, it was the other way around. And they usually beat each other on opposite hands. So
Yeah, so yeah, I think it wasn't it's 3-0. So on paper, he smoked him.
yeah,
But it was a war every round, dude. Garrett's ability to like even in a losing position and not be in bad form and like not give his hand, like just stay in the best position and just try your best until the end
yep,
is a really good
crazy.
mindset. Smart.
Yeah.
It really is smart. I think that's why the kid doesn't have nearly the amount of injuries as some people, like you said. When you're in a weird spot, you're like, fuck it, right? Instead of just staying in the fire, even if you know you're going to lose.
right. You're less likely to get hurt.
Right. But again, I would say that mentality probably does. I know he does the same thing in practice. When Garrett's losing, it's the same turns and just form it. And
Yeah.
if it goes this way, he's going to form it that way or this way. It's just like a fucking bench press.
Well, it's the same thing like in the tournament. I was watching him pull the Deem kid, and he just came right around. It was a smart move because he knew he couldn't meet him at center. So
yeah, so he just did he beat him in the
no.
Yeah, dude, Verdeen's a bad
He's
little
a bad
bastard.
dude. Did you pull him at all?
No, he didn't want no smoke. But I had to buy him shots and I had to buy his teammate shots. So, and I had to hold his beer. That was part of the bet too for the rest of the night. It was fucked up, dude. So yeah, Chris Michaels put me through that.
Oh boy, yeah.
Because I believed in him. So I need a rematch, Chris Michaels. But
What were some of the first matches? It's
first
not clicking.
it was Verdeem versus Chris was
Yeah.
first. Second was Ed DeCruz versus the Nightmare Dan.
Oh yeah, and Dan smoked him.
Wow, that was a really good match too. And again, this is the first time Dan's ever beat Ed. Ever.
I didn't think it looked very close. It was crazy.
So out of the strap, Ed had everything, I would say. Better positions, better control.
Mhm.
In the strap, Dan knew exactly what to do, and I think that's where Ed was slacking. And again, setup is important.
Yeah.
And we saw it. How do you take it? The way Ed took Dan's hand was easy out of the strap. The minute they got in the strap, Ed's hands kept getting busted. And I'm like, I could tell you right now, and I almost said it on the mic when I was commentating. I looked at Steve, I was like, there's commentating and there's being an asshole. Like I was like, I'm not going to give the tricks up.
Yeah.
But
the match that I liked a lot. I mean, I called Miguel Fernandez over Ben, but like when they got in the strap and Miguel still dominated everything and went right to the A side.
slow down. The first round was not like that.
Correct, but
There was I think I would have we'll have to ask these guys for interviews.
yeah,
But Ben looked like he had everything in the first round of the strap. He was right over here. But then all of a sudden it looked like he just locked it and was just going to wait for him to blow up Miguel's hand. And Miguel did this, just kind of relaxed, and Ben just stayed there like, oh, his arm's tired. And then he just surged sideways and pinned him. I was like, fuck.
well, I think he got a cutback too.
No.
Was
No,
that the
it was
second
just
round?
a yank.
Oh, that was
The first round was just a yank, and I think Ben felt like he was fatiguing
Yeah,
and was like, I'm just going to burn him out and then win the next two easy because I'm in a great position, which if you're in a spot like that, a super match with a top tier guy, what a good idea.
yeah,
But I've been there. I think you've been there. You're in a spot where you think you're like, you got this guy all day.
yes,
Like you're
And
comfortable.
then he
You can
rips it
feel them
open.
fading. And then they just get that surge. Like shit, side pressure matters. Not all the time, but like right there,
yep,
especially if you're defending with back pressure and rise only. And you got their hand, they can't go anywhere. And all of a sudden just go flap.
yeah,
Shit. And that was Ben's face too. He's like, okay.
yeah. Miguel's side is just so intense.
Yeah, I think Miguel's a beast, and
I know. Yeah, we know.
now let's put it this way: if Miguel's a beast, what is Bill Sinks?
So does Miguel and Vlad go against each other
I think
at this point?
so. Me and Steven are to talk about it yet, but like as fans, I think we can ask. Like,
I'd like
that would
to
be a
see
good
that.
match to see.
Yeah,
Because like Miguel top rolls
and hooks. He
And
can do
hooks.
anything, man.
Yeah. And Vlad, I think, is more of a high hooker.
He's a hooker. Yeah,
I know, but the problem too is, and I hope it wasn't affecting the match, but I know Vlad's shoulder was fucked up.
yeah.
And I hope it might have been before the match, but
It looked like he got hurt in the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but I think he might have had a pre-existing condition.
Yeah.
I hope not. Again, this is allegedly. I think I heard that. Maybe I was just too drunk. I drank a lot at that event. You shouldn't do that.
No.
But yeah, it was great. But yeah, let's think about how great Bill Sinks is. And
Awesome.
And dude, when I asked the crowd, I was asking every man, I was like, all right, who wants this guy to win? And I was doing like some 8 Mile shit where I wanted to cheer for the guy. And then my two memorable moments of that was Yusuf versus Sam.
Yeah.
Yusuf's up, or it's 2-1. Sam was up, won both the first rounds on fouls.
Yeah.
And then Yusuf hit Sam with a flash pin. Now it's the 4th round. And I went, all right, guys, now we're in a match. Who wants Yusuf Wilson to win? And Aiden was recording, so like no one made noise. And I just I think he may have gotten some booze. This is no bullshit.
Well, he doesn't really get.
I love it. No,
Yeah.
I'm a real fan of Yusuf Wilson.
Me too. Yeah.
So I wanted to cheer. I think I did give a little on the mic. And then I said Sam Mitchell, and that thing got a pop, dude.
Yeah.
It was 8 Mile shit on the last battle.
I wish we would have heard it. You didn't have it in Thomas's video, but
I know. I wish we could do pay-per-views so we could do like we could play music.
Yeah.
We don't have the copyright bullshit.
Yep.
Because dude, when we were playing music, the whole the bass system was thumping, and you know how cool it is when you're in a match and the table's kind of vibrating. You just it fills that dead space.
I mean, you can play the music and stuff. It just doesn't monetize. But if Steve's not monetized, it doesn't matter anyway.
I think he's monetized.
Yeah, that would be the crappy part. But.
Yeah, because we were on live for like 5 minutes, and then live got shut down.
Mm-hmm. I know we're missing somebody.
What do you mean? There's a bunch of Superman.
We're missing matches.
Yeah, so you did the Michael Hawks versus the legend Roger Learn.
Yeah.
You got Bigfoot versus James Clark.
Yeah.
Ben versus
Miguel.
Oh,
versus Vaughn.
Wade versus Alexander.
Yes.
What a match. I thought it was. What'd you think about it?
I thought it was good. I thought that Alexander was gonna blow right through him, but
I thought Wade was gonna win.
Oh, I thought Alexander was gonna win.
I just because Wade is right-handed.
How impressive I've seen him pull, and then to watch you beat him was pretty awesome too. Because I know that kid's I don't think it matters. That kid's awesome, like both hands.
When I pulled Alexander.
Yes.
Well, here, let's just cover Wade's things real quick, and I'll put my side on that.
Because you saw more, I saw a blip of it.
Yeah,
right? And you saw the whole match.
Yeah, and me and Wade kind of knew. I was kind of cheering for Wade. Me and Wade are tight, even when we pull against each other. I like Wade Wilson, Wade Roberts. I don't know why I call him Wade Wilson.
It's just what is his name?
There's got to be something from a movie or a TV show.
It is. It's a Ryan Reynolds movie.
Oh, yeah,
Deadpool. Yeah.
Sorry, bro. I'm nerding out. I don't think you're Deadpool, though. You're not that cool. But, yeah, Wade, me and him talked about it. It's like, we know you don't have a ready go, right? And Alexander's ready go. I'm like, my method, of stopping a ready go guy if you don't have it is set your elbow in and then have your shoulder protecting your hand like this in the center. So you're already pushing on his hand like this. But you're not using any tendon, bicep. It's just using your frame, which they say you'll break your arm framing. Hear me out. You're not trying to hit. You're just trying to stop his pressure.
And you're
so he's loading so hard, but you're already framing it.
Yeah.
That his hit isn't going to be able to do as much as it is. And as you hit, you stop framing and you muscle it. Because if you frame it, you might break an arm. But if you just protect your hand, lock it all, so he's feeling with all that pressure. He's like, fuck. And he hits and he only gets it here, but you immediately turn into your bicep or whatever move you are in defensive. I think it works.
That's what Roger did to Michael Hawks. That's what I was hoping was going to happen.
Oh, yeah, that first round.
Yeah.
But then, again, this IQ and levels.
Yep. Do you want to? I think people are showing up.
I know.
Do you want to get into a little bit on like state of arm wrestling?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I just wanted to just let everyone know.
Yep.
I was so scared against Alex. Dude, I took his hand out of the strap. I went, oh, big boy, I got you. I got you. And then we went to the strap, and I could feel it. Like, I just feel my hand and my wrist on him, and I'm like, I'm going to fold this guy. I'm in like peak position.
You were in top roll, but you had his hand back.
Yeah, dude, this guy was fucked. And then he goes like this, and I'm like, yeah, lay down. It's over. And he just goes in a full bone lock break arm position. And it starts driving me over like this, and I'm in a weird spot. Now I'm in a defensive hammer curl position.
In a top roll.
Roll. And he's got his whole body and break arm into a shoulder pushing down. And I looked at the ref, and you guys can watch the video. I'm like, I'm going to break his arm.
I heard you say that.
And they're like, no. And I'm like, and then the bottom ref, Steve, I was like, and he was like, he just kind of did that. And I'm like, that's when you see me nod. I'm like, okay. And then I drive that way. I was so nervous, dude.
It was ugly.
It's not fair that people put you in that position, because I'm not going to take away wins on people that have had me, have beat me. But I've had guys in a spot where I went, we're not making money. This isn't our livelihood. If I break your arm out of a tournament because I don't want to
we're not getting paid.
Yeah.
We're like,
not even that though. Like if I won't say names, but there's a couple guys where they were in a break arm right here, and I went, all it'd take is me to punch in like that, and I'd break your fucking arm. I know I would, especially in a bone lock position where they're putting everything on line and they're not ready for that side pressure snap.
Yep.
Yeah, don't do that. Stop being a piece of shit. Or you know what? I think also people that do that never broke their arm.
I would absolutely agree with that. I don't think a lot of people have broke their arm.
Every arm wrestler I talk to about that breaks their arm and they're still back on the table, they're like, the amount of denial you got in your head the minute you feel pressure on that elbow, like and you try to like frame it, they're like, you do not do it. They're like, immediately you stop.
I've had some stretched tendons and I don't want to go that far.
Yeah, see, I've torn a tendon and I felt great, and I wasn't even break arm position. That sucked.
Nah,
so I couldn't imagine.
No bueno.
So
stay out of those break arm positions.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be a piece of shit. But yeah, East versus West real quick.
All right. This is crazy.
So did you kind of see this coming and like a couple of the fixes? And like, you ever, like I was confused at first. Remember like Ray and all them were like talking in pods and they'd like bring something up there. And then we had no idea what the word meant or what their gesture was. And he's like, we can't talk about it. So you're like, okay, what are we going to find out about?
Yes.
I think those little hiss-kiss here were big things where they already knew East versus West was going to fall apart and already premeditated that Engen's probably going to freak out when he's not in charge anymore, but he still wants to be in charge.
Yep.
And again, we're just interpreting what we're seeing. We don't actually know, right?
It's looking more like he's being a fucking baby.
From what we got
from what we're seeing.
So like,
from many sources.
Like I'm looking at Tom Stubble shit, Coach Ray stuff, Uncle Todd, Devin, The Fix, Paul Lynn. And again, all these guys are being pretty neutral for the most part. They're like, but I just wish we could do a Robert Baxter, Devin Lorette,
Engen
Terzi,
and Dexter
in a room.
Yep.
And be like, all right, guys, if you don't want us to make assumptions on what happened, settle it right there.
Right.
And then we get to see the conversation. And then we can be, again, people are still going to have different opinions. If someone watched me stab a baby with a banana, one person would say that guy was just feeding the kid over aggressively. Another person like, you killed the kid.
All I know is from what's being said, if I were Devin, I wouldn't want to go back to Istanbul. So I would not want to.
I know I missed some content, but you said Devin's. I saw 2 videos today.
There were
2 hours apart.
There were some. Yes. Yeah.
So Devin like looked at the mic and said, "People are like, I've heard that there's people trying to put hits out on me." Like,
I don't know if it was a hit. He was like, it was violence against him. Engen was trying to set up violence.
Oh, so Devin looked at the camera and said they tried to put violence against him.
Yeah, he has like a 26-minute video.
I'll have to watch that, dude.
It was it's shocking. Like, this stuff is shocking. And he was in the same day, like in that same sentence leading up to him saying that, they like took a walk and they made amends after like the whole Morozov thing. And then he finds out this crap where like he's like, oh,
the walk wasn't for amends.
My life was like may have been in danger. Yeah, the walk was for amends, but
like if the walk went bad, dude, that's some real mafia shit, dude.
But yeah,
hear me out. You got one bear or one gorilla versus 100 men. How many of the West do you need to put down a Devin the Ret in combat mode? We're all thinking it. We all know.
How many of the East? Devin is the West, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, I always call it.
I wouldn't want to mess with Devin Lorette, considering, special forces, all that stuff.
Yeah,
definitely went.
Dude, you watched that last podcast where I didn't know that he was the breacher.
Oh yeah,
he like cleared houses.
Yes, dude. He was an explosion specialist.
Yeah, that's gang.
Yeah, he's
shit.
Gangster.
Which, hear me out. I appreciate that Devin's like, it's nothing to brag about. And like, you hear the way he talks about stuff is Devin's probably put some people down for his country. The way you listen to him talk, like about the mission,
dude,
like what you're fighting for.
He saved people and brought them back to Canada.
Like, respectfully, you talk to guys that have been in the service that did like real. Everything's real. If you sign up, that's real. But I'm just saying, combat. Yep. You could die or they could die situation. Either way. And the way Devin said it, he's like, you're dealing death sentences legally. And I was like, damn. When you frame it like that, it really actually lets you think about it. You know, like we play video games where you kill people all the time and it's hard to relate to it. You can be desensitized.
Yep.
But then with that, he's like, I can give someone a death sentence.
Well, it does make sense how he can switch on and off. Like, I'm going to piss you off for this match, but I don't really mean it.
Do you think that this goes to every sport, UFC, arm wrestling, those guys that are just chick, you know what I mean? They're two different people.
Yeah.
Do you think that's from trauma? But you know how like some people fall from trauma and they're always like sheltered? I think some people, when they were young or in one time in their life, they figured like massive trauma out and they can kind of frame it.
I'm not sure Kobe Covington had any trauma.
No?
Nah.
But you think he turns a switch on?
Yes. Well, he's a character.
No, not a character. I'm talking about when the game is on. So like you've seen Devin.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Or
like
John Jones. You know what I mean? These
making
guys.
up stuff about Steve Pace saying shit about his kids.
No, not even that. I'm talking about when you watch him get into the octagon.
Oh yeah.
Or like Devin, when you watch him actually set up on the table, like you watch Devin clown the whole time, right? In the interviews.
And then he gets serious.
But then he'll still clown. But everything is on tent, or like his said, the mission. The mission right now is to win at any means necessary. I'm going to break you, and the minute I break you, I'm going to let everyone know.
Yep.
And then, do I think he's loving it too? Because I think anyone that's a professional, when they're that good and they believe in themselves, they did the work, and they then win, I think he's basking in it because he's like, you know what, everyone call me an asshole, but why is it I'm an asshole for cheering for my success because I did put the work in, and I train every day, right? And everyone else is like, well, that guy trained too. Devin's like, I know I trained more. I know I did more.
Like the Kardashian match.
Oh my God.
This is crazy. We haven't even talked about that. So
yeah, I mean, we could do another one.
Yeah, we could do another one.
But
we'll probably do another one. Try to do another one.
I'm enjoying this, dude.
This is great.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I missed him. I missed you, bro.
We're like Artem and Travis Bagent. We just kind of go on when we can.
Oh, they don't have like a set schedule?
No. And every episode is their first episode.
We're trying to make set days, guys. It's hard to be adults.
It really is.
You promise.
Our work is crazy for both of us.
Work's crazy.
So,
Love's crazier. But somehow arm wrestling prevails.
Absolutely. And guess what? What's next for us? For me, it's Addison County Field Days. If you don't pull just because you're in the same weight class, I'm going to harass you.
I'll put it on the ether. My left arm's fucked up after
so you can pull right
and after pulling. So I think this arm's done until I pull Brandon Peasley. And by the way, shout out to Brandon. He beat Tim Lewis.
Yep.
So when I beat the shit out of Brendan, sorry. What? Yeah,
that means you beat Tim Lewis.
Yeah, it means I beat Tim Lewis. Arm wrestling math.
Well, Tim's like top 20 in the U.S.
Yeah, you know what's gonna be crazy? When I beat Brendan, I'm gonna go from ranked like 700 on airs. So they're gonna be like, "How does 700 guy just beat this guy in a real super match?" I like fix the rankings, fuckers.
Exactly.
I know I'm not that bad. You could say I'm insane, but if there's 50 states in the country and every 220 guy shows up, I'm definitely not placing 50th. So at that math right there, if I can beat the top 50 guys, if I'm top 49, what does that put me on airs? Fucking 49. If I pulled the best.
Yep.
Everyone up there that's doing semi-pros, AMs and shit, they're not that confident, not that ready, or just people walk around the world. Fuck you. Not 700.
Nope.
No. Give me like if I was 300. If I could say I'm top 300 left arm, I'll take that. Until then, I'm calling bullshit. I call it the top 300 left arm, 220.
I like it.
Are you going to call anyone out?
No.
Hey, I think you got to have a super match with a guy.
With who? Yeah, I'm not ready for.
You don't want to call that out?
No, I'm not. Let's see how Addison goes.
No. But like, you call it out for like November.
So I'm just trying to feel out how this next tournament goes. My back went out pretty bad, and I wasn't able to train for like 3 weeks, and I definitely took a step back. So all that progression I was making kind of stepped back. The past few weeks I've been going hard. And
how'd you throw your back out? Were you deadlifting like fucking heavyweight?
I fed the dog.
Yo, what does that mean?
I bent over and filled this bowl. When I got up, my back popped.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were using like gym
slipped.
slang. Like I was feeding the dog.
No, I was really feeding the dog.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad. It was pathetic. It wasn't even cool.
Do you hate that?
Yes.
Do you hate that? I hate when you get hurt. Or I get hurt. And it's like not a cool story.
No, it wasn't a cool story. It was, I bent over, I put some dog food in there, and when I stood up, I was out of arm wrestling for 3 weeks.
Right. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If a fucking Fiat 500 rolled over, caught on fire, and you had to flip the car over to get the mom and the kid out, that's a really good story.
That's a possible thing because a Fiat is something we can flip over.
Right, that's what I gave a real life story scenario that could happen. It's rare, but tell me, like, in that, this guy can flip a Fiat. I'm not saying 360, but if it's on the door of the car with soft tires.
With mom strength.
With this strength.
I mean adrenaline.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Mom strength adrenaline?
Yeah.
Dude, can we, like, make that on the 2 Guys 1 Cup shirts coming out? It's going to be hashtag mom strength.
Hashtag mom strength.
And I guess only the real ones know.
Man, we could be dirty mom strength.
Dirty mom strength?
Yes.
What's dirty mom strength?
I don't know. We can make it our clothing brand.
What do you think dirty mom strength is?
I don't know.
I think we would grab the wrong clientele, but that'd still be cool.
Yeah.
We're being douches, but all the women are like, they're empowerment to women. And hey, we are empowerment to women.
Empowerment to women. Yeah.
Any bad bitch, if you get up and you fucking do you know what I mean? You're your own woman.
Absolutely.
You know, am I saying that right? You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Like, just like a guy, I mean it the same way. If I fucking know you get up every day and you do your best, you're just killing it as best as you can, I support you. If you wake up, you wear fucking pajama pants and go out all day when everyone else is at work and smoke cigarettes and wear like dirty clothes and probably don't work,
you need to get a job.
Yeah, dude, I don't appreciate you.
All right, big guy.
I appreciate every hardworking person.
I'm sure we got somebody downstairs waiting for us to pull.
All the single moms, all the single dads. Dude, I just want my audience to know. Our audience should know.
Our audience should know.
We don't support pedophiles either.
We do not.
No, you should die.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll condone it.
All right, you ready to hit practice?
Yeah.
All right, this was 2 Guys, 1 Cup. It's good to see you again, buddy.
Dude, it's good to see you. Hey, did you watch Dan the Nightmares pod, what I said at the end?
No.
I ended it. I was like, dude, no one wants a micro dick. And he's like, this is how you're going to end it? And I'm like,
yep.
I'm like, you tell me a guy that wants a micro dick. I've never met a guy in my entire life like goes, you know, man, if I could just have a tic-tac dick, I'd be a better person. No one would ever say that.
And on that,
yeah. 2 Guys 1 Cup, 4th of July. Guys. Thank you, guys. What time is it?